Well, you're probably wondering, what on earth am I doing to this seat? Well, it's not hard to explain. I've got two new seats for the car there, as I showed you in the previous video on my junkyard run. And the car is a 2000, and the seats that were in it that were worn out by the heavyweights sitting in them, they're of course 2000 model seats. And the ones that I got from the junkyard are from a 2003 Focus. Well, the deal is that these seats have some wiring to them. You can see there's a plug right there, and this one's got a plug under it. It's kind of peeking around on the bottom, but it's got one. We'll tip it up here briefly to show you. There's the plug, and they both have them. The passenger side has one, the driver's side has one. And the deal is that these now it's really disassembled, isn't it? These seats have a the seat belts, as you can see on this one, are mounted to the seats. So one of the wiring harnesses is to the seat belt, just basically the seat belt miner, and the other one has to do with the airbag system. And there's a little bit of a difference in this, and what it is the older ones, probably 2000, 2001, possibly 2002, they have a different kind of an arrangement for the seat belt. It's for the airbags, for the deployment of the airbags. It kind of I guess it's a way for the airbag system to know the severity of the crash or where the seat is or something along those lines. I think it's actually different. I think on the older ones it has this little cylinder on here. This is off the 2000 seat. That's the one that's disassembled, and it's got this little it's a pretensioner, I guess is what it is, for the seat belt. But it probably, since it has two sets of wires going in it, that's probably something for the airbag to be linked into. I read that somewhere else too. And this one's a little bit different. This is the 2003, and it has the wire going to the seat belt, but it also has over here the other set of wires go to the little device here on the seat track. And what my understanding is that where this one's just a pretensioner, this one tells the airbag where the seat is, how far back the seat is when it's in the car. So that's something to do with airbags. So my logical assumption is that this system needs to stay with the car. In other words, this base and this tensioner and this seat track and the seat belt and the harness connector and all that need to stay with that car. So that means that I have to take this base and put on that seat. And it's not real hard to do. The base has just got 4 10mm bolts that hold it on. One there, one there, one there, one there, and it comes right off. The back of the seat's a little bit more involved. You have, once you get that thing off, you have a bolt, nut here, nut here, nut here, nut here, and I also had to take off the seat belt because it mounts right to the end of that with a bolt right there. And of course you have to take off the little piece of plastic trim first. I forgot to tell you that. So in other words, all this should fit back on, hopefully. If it doesn't, I'm in trouble, but it looks like it will. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put those good new seat cushions on this base and call it a day, because I'm not going to assume anything as far as the airbag system. All I need is to hook it up and the airbag go off or not go off when it's supposed to. And this one over here, this is the passenger seats, and they're okay. Even though when you look at these, this one has one plug in it, one receptacle, and this one has two. That the other one goes again to like a little, it has one of those pretensioners, but this wiring harness is exactly the same. This one right here. So all we're going to do is we're going to end up moving. We're going to take one out that we're not going to use, which is this one. There's the blue and black, blue and gray wires on it, and we're going to just simply move this terminal over to where it is on this one. We're going to match this one to this one, so it'll plug right in and work. And we're not going to change bases or anything, because you know the deal. All your bases belong to us. So okay, if you got any questions, ask me. I don't know if that was that clear, but that's the deal with the seats. So if you have a 2000, 2001, maybe a 2002, and you're gonna either update or backdate the seats, you need to be aware of this harness changes in here and these pre-tensioners. So you may have to do what I do and change some bases around, because your bases will need to stay with the car. If you're going from a 2003 to a 2003 or the same year, you're just putting better seats from the same year or a year on one side or the other, it's probably no problem. But just look at these harness connectors, look at the wires in them, and make sure they're the same. So we say down here in the South, check your wires. Okay guys, thanks for watching.